Here we will see components of MVC architecture. The MVC framework includes following components: model, view and controller. Model is a part of the application which implements the logic for the data domain of the application. The model layer is responsible for the application's data logic and storing and retrieving data from backend data stores. The model layer might also include mechanism for validating data and carrying out other data related tasks. This layer is responsible for maintaining all aspects of the data and ensures its integrity and accessibility. It also used for business logic separation from the data in the application. For example, product object might retrieve information from a database, operate on it, and then write updated information back to the product table in SQL Server. The view layer provides the necessary UI to interact with the application. It includes components needed to display the data and enables user to interact with that data. For example, the view layer might include buttons, links, tables, drop-down list, or text boxes. View is a component that forms the application's user interface. It is used to create web pages for the application. An example for view is you can edit view of product table that displays text box, drop-down list and checkboxes based on the current state of product object. Next is controller. The controller layer contains the application logic necessary to facilitate communications across the application, acting as an interface between the view and the model layer. Controller is the component which handles user interaction. It works with the model and selects the view to render the web page. In an MVC application, the view only displays information, whereas the controller handles and responds to the user input and request. The controller is sometimes viewed as a brain of the application, keeping everything moving. For example, the controller handles the query string values and passes these values to the model, which in turn queries the database by using these values. Request flow of MVC is: first the user will make the request through the view, then the request from the view goes to the controller and the controller checks the root configuration. After checking the configuration, it passes to the model and the model checks the request. And in the model, there are two steps: page initialization, which will get started and it will generate result, and once the result is generated, it will unload to view through the view engine. To understand the MVC architecture, let us will see restaurant application as an example for MVC model. We can break down the restaurant service into three main components: customer, waiter and chef. Visualization of this scenario with MVC architecture is as shown, that is, user can view the menu and eats the prepared food. User gives the order to the waiter. Waiter relays this order to the chef. Chef prepares food using raw materials and sends the food through waiter, and waiter takes the food to the right table. In this application, first we'll see what is view. Everything user can see and interact with the application consists of view. That is, the list of products, food information, layout, it comes under view. That is, everything UI related is the part of the view component. Here, waiter acts as a controller who accepts all the incoming requests and act as an interface between view and model. That is, customer and chef. And chef and refrigerator or storage can be thought as a model, as the raw data is extracted, transformed and then present to the user. That is, the raw material is stored either in the refrigerator or storage. So the refrigerator, storage and the chef is act as a model.